Before the now popular GTA Online, there was an original idea, all the way back in the late 90s to early 2000s. On September 29th, 1999, after a French-based company called Infogrames Entertainment sold DMA Designs to publisher Take-Two Interactive, DMA, who were later rebranded as Rockstar North, announced that they had two upcoming projects: Grand Theft Auto 3D, which welcomed the franchise into the 3D universe, and Grand Theft Auto Online Crime World, which remained in the original bird's eye view form. Grand Theft Auto Online Crime World was intended to be accessible over both the internet and LAN or local area networks. For its time, this would have been something relatively new and exciting. As development progressed, GTA 3D became Grand Theft Auto 3, and unfortunately, GTA Online Crime World would be cancelled. Its mention in the February 2000 edition of PC Zone magazine seemed to be the final piece of information we heard of the online title, as the team began to focus more upon their entry into the 3D universe, among other projects, such as the following. In October of 2001, DMA Designs, a small team of 23 people based in Edinburgh, Scotland, teamed alongside the New York-based Rockstar Games and released something that was to be considered a changing day in the gaming world. Grand Theft Auto 3 was released on the PlayStation 2, with ports to PC and the original Xbox coming a little later. Players stepped into the shoes of Claude, a small-time criminal who was betrayed during a bank heist by his partner and antagonist of the title, Catalina. The game introduced us to an entirely new direction for the Grand Theft Auto franchise, as for the first time we stepped into the 3D universe, advancing away from the top-down perspective. It allowed a more free-roam mode, first-player camera work when using particular weaponry, and a cast of fully voiced actors, including Frank Vincent, Michael Madsen, and Joe Pantoliano. But what some may not have known is that this hit title was originally supposed to have an online mode. This idea stems from the cancellation of Grand Theft Auto Online Crime World, but unfortunately it seemed to suffer the same fate. It was ultimately dropped due to both time and resource limitations. This multiplayer idea was later dabbled with in GTA San Andreas, allowing a co-op mode, and more famously 2008's Grand Theft Auto 4, where it finally found its first home. In May of 2005, Rockstar announced that they were releasing a new game for both the Microsoft Xbox and Sony PlayStation 2, this time dialing down the criminal aspect gameplay that they were known for and taking players to the schoolyard. Although the original set date was October of 2005, due to delays, players had to wait around another year before stepping into the shoes of Jimmy Hopkins and attend the school of Bulworth Academy. Bully, also known as Canis Canemedit in some countries, came with its fair share of controversy, as expected with most Rockstar titles. Although the protagonist was originally thought to be the school bully, as indicated by the debut trailer, the actual tone and narrative for the game was for Jimmy to stand up to bullies. The title took aspects from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but implemented an advanced engine using renderware. With this, they were able to give each student of Bulworth Academy a unique appearance, personality, and voice. Bully received incredible scores among critics, prompting speculation that there was to be a sequel, providing a more adult theme with Jimmy Hopkins now being older. According to industry insiders, although the company were dabbling with the idea of Bully 2, it seemed to have been benched in favour of the massively successful Red Dead Redemption instead. How much Rockstar Games put work into the title remains a mystery, but it was definitely an idea that bounced around the office that so far has been abandoned. In the year 2000, Take-Two Interactive took the reins from Rockstar Games and continued the publishment of the Spec Ops franchise. Although the partnership alongside developers Runecraft was short-lived, they did manage to squeeze out 3 titles for the Sony PlayStation: Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, Ranger Elite, and Covert Assault. When the release of the PlayStation 2 came around, Take-Two this time teamed with Rockstar Vancouver to work on their next Spec Ops title. This was confirmed by IGN in 2003 with the following statement: Rockstar Games will continue to create groundbreaking original content for console video game systems, as well as expand its proprietary intellectual properties, including extensions of its Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, Midnight Club, State of Emergency, Spec Ops, and Smuggler's Run brands. Rockstar currently have 11 projects in production at its 5 internal development studios. Josh Homme, whom some of you may recognise as the frontman of the Queens of the Stone Age rock band, also confirmed that he'd been hired to work on the soundtrack for the title, putting together an array of genres, from rock to hip-hop to a more mellow style. The project was discontinued as to allow Rockstar Vancouver to work on other titles, such as Bully. Back in 2009, around 1 year after the release of Grand Theft Auto 4, Rockstar Games announced during the Sony portion of an E3 press conference that they were producing something a little different from their original style: Agent. Designed as a PlayStation 3 exclusive, players were to step into the Cold War era during the 1970s, taking them into the world of counterintelligence, espionage, and political assassinations. Although many enjoyed Rockstar's previous simulators, such as the GTA series, Manhunt, or Midnight Club, this was something different. Screenshots were released in the same year, giving us snippets of the upcoming title, but the trail seemed to go cold after that, with developers not making any further comments or providing information. We did, however, later get a little Easter egg of Agent during the Deep Inside mission in Grand Theft Auto 5 in the form of a license plate, but that was about that. Considered to be one of the most enjoyable DLCs of all time, Rockstar Games certainly made the correct decision in producing Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, but this wasn't the first time that they had dabbled with the idea of a zombie game. Sometime in the mid-2000s, SmackDown Productions, or STP, were founded by Laurent Benedibe and developed a PlayStation portable title, Zombie Theft Auto, in collaboration with Rockstar Games. The title was set to be a spoof of some sorts, even with plans to have comedic musician Weird Al Yankovic producing the game's score. Unfortunately, a breakdown in negotiations occurred between SmackDown Productions and Rockstar Games, as the pair were unable to agree on a suitable budget for the game, so we never got to experience this title. The one thing we do have, thanks to media outlet Video Games Pocket, are multiple screenshots of the cancelled title, so I guess that's something at least. There are a few more projects by Rockstar Games that never saw the light of day, so if you guys want to see a second video on them, be sure to let me know in the comment section. If you wish to get in touch, you can do so by following me over on Instagram, that's at PhilbyGaming. Did you enjoy what you saw today? You all know what to do. You've been listening to Phil, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.